So our next guest was still testing positive for the coronavirus when we checked in with him last weekend. I know you just took another test. A week ago, you were still testing positive. What was your test last night?
Hey, ladies. So I made my own test kit. This makes things a lot easier. So all you do is you run your tongue down the front of this thing like this, and then you dial in the settings, and then it gives you the result. And so far, everybody that I used it on tested positive, but I think I need to wipe it down in between usages. But I don't have any more of the sanitary wipes.
This must be quite frustrating for you, although I'm sure you're grateful that you look seemingly healthy. I know you've said that the coronavirus hasn't been as bad for you as many people would think in terms of symptoms. How are you feeling today?
I feel like dog shit, actually. I can't seem to shake this cough. They say coughing's normal for the virus because it puts all the junk in your lungs. So I just need to try to get outside, get some fresh air and hang with the neighbors maybe. The guy across the street's in his 90s. I've been hanging out with him a lot.
Okay, so how long, help us understand how long you have had this, tested positive, and how long doctors are telling you they think this could last?
Doctors? No, I haven't seen any doctors. I self-diagnosed this shit. It's been 3 months so far, 3 months of positive results. I haven't been able to go to work. I can't shake the cough, and I've been binge watching Law and Order, like 13 seasons, and that's good.
What is your message to the people at home who are watching you now concerned about the spread of the coronavirus?
Oh, all you need to do is just, enjoy this time to be in separate rooms from all of your family. Isolate and focus on Netflix and Amazon Prime streaming because they have some really good shows. And if you want to just tell your boss that you got the COVID, there's no way you can prove otherwise because these contraptions. You don't have one of these things like I got. And just check out my YouTube channel because it's funny as shit. So you're quarantined at home with your family, and you're depending on streaming services for entertainment, but the content is awful. Here's why. You see, the biggest and best Hollywood releases are typically focused on 2 seasons, summer and winter. The summer is for big, bombastic, expensive blockbusters like Jurassic Park. Or Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth!
While the winter can be even a better mix of those same big-budget entertainment films with Oscar-contending, thought-provoking masterpieces like The Shawshank Redemption.
You remember the name of the town in Mexico, right?
Shit!
What the hell is that jag-off? It's like $1,200 in that box.
And Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, too bad I didn't get there till after the sodomy.
The problem we're having now is that the newest films available are from the January-February release schedule. Those 2 months tend to be among the worst, so ideally with about a 2-month window between theatrical and home release, you want to be quarantined in the fall or winter months.
Everyone wants my Dunkachino. Can't get enough of my Dunkachino.
So as we glance at our options on iTunes or your cable provider's movies on demand, here are some of the horseshit titles we can avoid altogether.
Caca dancer. Caca, caca, caca.
This year, January brought us a lifeless reboot of the Japanese horror film The Grudge.
Hello? Hello?
The female comedy Like a Boss that couldn't even muster a single laugh in a 2-minute trailer. Underwater, a sci-fi horror I wanted to like, but it turned out to be one of the worst of all time. Doolittle with Robert Downey Jr. If he's not wearing an Iron Man suit, nobody seems to care.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Okay.
And we had Bad Boys for Life, the third in a series of a mediocre cop buddy film. Now, don't waste your time with that. Just watch the Lethal Weapon series. It's much better. Then there's The Gentleman.
Something about being beneath me. There's only one rule in this f***ing jungle. When the lion's hungry, he eats.
Probably the best January film. I'd recommend it highly if you're a fan of movies like Snatch.
goddamn dogs!
And the rhythm section with Blake Lively and another one of these housewife becomes action hero duds. I know that's the wrong clip, but who really cares?
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
And then we had Gretel and Hansel.
Yet I don't see any children.
It also smells of bacon, you know.
Hey, fucker!
What in the ever-loving bucket of crap is that?
What's going on, you little prick, you?
We jump to February. Fans of superhero films hated 2016's Suicide Squad. So they pulled the only interesting character out of that film and they blast us in the nuts with Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Needless to say, another gargantuan bomb. I mean, if you release a trailer that highlights the best of what you're offering and that sucks, chances are the film was going to bomb as it did.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
Next up, Fantasy Island. Now, I loved the show back in the 70s, but Bunghouse Pictures decided to revamp the concept and they made it into a shitty horror film. They even went PG-13 to make it a watered-down joke. Was I the only one that was hoping that Peter Dinklage would play Tattoo? And I would have chosen Antonio Banderas to play Rourke.
The plane. The fucking plane.
So one surprise in February, other than The Invisible Man, which I reviewed on the channel and loved, was actually the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
You're supposed to be Tom's best friend that he won't shut up about. That is very gross.
Jokes mostly fall flat and the one-liners are cringeworthy. But as a family film, this is one the kids will love and the parents can tolerate. Jim Carrey is actually a lot of fun in this film and he's been absolute dog shit lately professionally. Hopefully he stops trying to be a serious actor and goes back to being the talentless clown we all loved back in the 90s.
That works good.
February ended with Harrison Ford in The Call of the Wild, which is actually a pretty good movie, and I reviewed it on my channel if you want to check it out. So March was a month when we slowly started to avoid mass gatherings and the movie theaters started to close. By week 3, we were all pretty much locked between our 4 walls.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Disney actually released a Pixar film called Onward in early March, but they had to rush it out on home video after nobody got to see it. This mediocre family film dropped on Disney Plus and can pass the time with your kids if you need a nice nap.
Elbows out, feet apart, back slightly arched. Elbows out, Barley!
Oh no.
Most of the other films scheduled to release in March have been pushed back and hopefully we'll get a release date later this year. For now, what do we watch? Well, if you've finished Tiger King and you've run out of options, here's a few suggestions to help make quarantine delightful. Starting with Netflix, if you haven't seen Afterlife with Ricky Gervais, you don't know what you're missing.
I mean, you can believe in an afterlife if that makes you feel better. Doesn't mean it's true. But once you realise you're not going to be around forever, I think that's what makes life so magical.
It's one of the best series I've ever seen.
You disgusting.
I didn't want to do it in the man's house, did I?
Go to the doctor, you've definitely got bowel cancer.
Hello?
Don't come out, this fat cunt shut himself.
Are you from the newspaper?
Yeah, leave him there for a while. You fucking pig.
You can get through it quickly as it's only about 7 episodes, 30 minutes each, so consider it a long film.
I love you, Dad.
Gay.
You'll be counting the days until season 2 releases on April 24th. If you're looking for a couple of fun action films, try Angel Has Fallen.
The president's not safe. They're going to try and finish the job.
This is the 3rd in a series, but don't let that stop you. It stands alone, it's a kick-ass action adventure, and Nick Nolte is awesome in this.
We gotta get out of here. I ain't going nowhere.
Another one to check out is Mark Wahlberg's Spencer Confidential. Plays like a low-budget Michael Bay film. It's fun at times, 100% junk food. The best parts of the movie are the many scenes where Mark Wahlberg is getting his ass beat. One scene in particular, he's getting attacked by a dog, is mandatory viewing. I mean, this is Mark Wahlberg's greatest performance since The Happening.
I was in a pharmacy a while ago. There was a really good-looking pharmacist behind the counter. I went up and I asked her where the cough syrup was. And I'm talking about a completely superfluous bottle of cough syrup. That's like $6.
So if Amazon Prime is your thing, might I suggest Billy Bob Thornton's Goliath series.
He was one of the best trial lawyers ever.
Juries used to love you. What happened? You drank too much?
That's not accurate. I drank just the right amount.
First 2 seasons are excellent, but skip the third season, it's a bit of a letdown.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Amazon Prime also has the latest Pet Sematary remake from the classic Stephen King novel.
But there is something up in those woods.
It's a decent horror film, but the ending absolutely kicks ass.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
As for VOD and iTunes, the best new film on there without a doubt would be 1917. As you watch it, try to figure out where the cuts are because they claim it's one shot, but clearly it's not. For the ladies, I would watch Little Women. Why? I have no idea. I would never watch that.
Women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts.
But I hear it's very good. My personal favorite on the list would be Knives Out.
When people get desperate, the knives come out.
If you haven't seen it, I suggest it. It's got a great cast and it's got a lot of twists and turns. It's a really excellent flick.
You having a good time?
Yes.
Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems is a must-see as well. Although it's not for everybody, the pace is manic and the sports betting angle might limit the audience. But Sandler is mesmerizing and should do more serious work like this. So I'm going to do another one of these videos to talk about the potential release schedule for the rest of 2020 as we hope for things to get back to normal soon. Perhaps the movie theaters will thrive when we return as folks are looking for an escape to get out of their homes where they're sick of looking at their televisions. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Here's Johnny!
That being said, the last film I want to leave you with is Dr. Sleep. This is an excellent sequel to The Shining that a lot of people haven't seen. It's thought-provoking, and it's got an amazing ending. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of The Shining, shame on you, because it's really a film that has to be seen. I'm leaving you with that as my most highly recommended film from this video.
Oh my God! That's Gator McKlusky! Gator McKlusky, you're under arrest!
So listen, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for all the support you give me to the channel. I've been doing this a little bit more than a month now, and it's been a lot of fun. But the biggest reward for me is when you write comments and you give me your feedback. So in the YouTube comments, anything you have to say, good or bad, just let me know what you think of the channel. Maybe you have a suggestion, something you'd like me to cover. I'm going to answer and look at every single comment. I promise you that. So thanks for your support. And you know what? Tell your friends about me. Tell them to subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers I get, the further up the YouTube chain I get. And I'm kind of looking to grow this thing and make it something special. So again, thank you. Gator out. Watch for live shows and new reviews every weekend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you know when new reviews arrive.